What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Commanders Uncovered. I'm your host, Insider Debo. It has been a while, and I know that. I had some things going on, finished up school, I graduated college, which is crazy. Had some other stuff going on, visited some family throughout the summer. But now that football season is back, we are back as well, covering the Commanders here on the Undroppables Network. Feels so good to be back. It feels so good to have the NFL season back. And there has been a lot of stuff going on in terms of the Washington Commanders since I last spoke to you guys. So I'm not going to waste any more time. We're just going to roll the intro clip. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to break down. We're going to preview the season. We're going to talk about the preseason and training camp a little bit. Got an exciting season coming up. Hopefully the Commanders can, show some promise and win some football games and put some stuff together. And let's do it. Roll the intro. All right, I'm going to be over here from now on because we got the overlay and everything. So I'm going to be over on the right side of the screen. I hope that doesn't mess up anyone or whatever. I don't really care, but I'm just going to be over here. First order of business I want to talk about, because this is pretty recent that this happened. Sam Cosmi, new 4-year contract extension, which I really, really love. Cosmi broke out last year as a very, very reliable offensive lineman for the Commanders. He was one of the highest graded offensive linemen in the interior in the entire NFL per PFF. So it's really good to have him back, and he's still got a lot of room to grow and improve. He's still young. And man, has he shown a lot of tenacity and a lot of strength at the point of attack. And he's just been very reliable for us. Last year was his breakout year. So hopefully Mr. Cosmi can build on that. It's good seeing him back. With a new extension with the Commanders. I love to see it. Love to see the young guys getting extended. And I'm a big fan of Sam Cosmi. So tenacious ball player. Super excited to have him back for the long run. And fired up about this one. Now addressing the other elephant in the room. It's Jahan Dotson getting traded to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a 3rd round and 2 7th round picks. Man, I am really bummed out about this one. I can't lie. Being a Penn State fan and seeing him go from the college level to the Commanders was incredible to see, and he was electric at Penn State and in college. And I thought they reached on him a little bit in the 1st round, but I was excited nonetheless to have Jahan Dotson on the Commanders. And 2 seasons go by and he's traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Doesn't really get a chance with the new coaching staff, the new front office, the new regime. And showed a lot of promise his rookie year, dealt with some injuries, took a little step back last season, but nonetheless, this guy was a playmaker down the field in the intermediate parts of the field. Showed a lot of flashes in his rookie year running after the catch, but especially, what he was drafted for, being a downfield threat, a guy that can go get the football, great hands. And it's just unfortunate. And as much as it pains me to say, you see that the Commanders had to attach a 5th round pick to Jahan Dotson just to get a 3rd and 2 7ths back. So that kind of, the writing was on the wall for his value around the rest of the league. And, of course, Howie Roseman and the Eagles are going to go take a shot on this guy who's still young and has a lot of potential, and just a tough situation all around. I wish Jahan nothing but the best. It sucks that he had to go to an in-division team, but nonetheless, I wish him nothing but the best. I've always been a fan of his, and as long as it's not against the Commanders, then who cares what he does? I'll be excited to see him succeed against any other team. So, yeah, we'll see what his role is in Philly and how he pans out there and what the rest of his NFL career looks like. But he's young. He's got a lot of time. He's got a lot of potential as well. So it sucks, and it just boggles my mind that he gets beaten out by De'Ami Brown and Olamide Zaccheaus, and I mean a lot of stuff here, but wish Jahan nothing but the best. Next order of business is what seems to be the Jahan Dotson replacement in Noah Brown. Um, Noah Brown went on a little bit of a stretch last year where he was putting up some pretty gaudy numbers, and it, former player under Dan Quinn in Dallas, so the connection was there the whole time. 567 receiving yards, 222 coming after the catch, 24 first downs, 33 receptions. Man, this guy, he can really create some yards after the catch, and that's huge on a team that's really lacking players that can do that outside of Terry McLaurin, given the way that Cliff Kingsbury kind of tended to run the offense in the preseason, which I'll get to in a little bit. It's good to see them go after a guy like Noah Brown and pick him up, a guy who can create yards after the catch at a pretty high level. So Noah Brown is a Commander. We'll see what his role is, if he's playing in 2 wide receiver sets, if he's specifically a 3 wide receiver set guy. We'll see. I mean, outside of Terry McLaurin, you have De'Ami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, you have rookie Luke McCaffrey, and yeah, you have Noah Brown now. So we'll see. We'll see what his role is come week 1 and come the middle of the season when he gets more reps with the team. He's only been on the team for a few weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. So it's good to see Noah Brown in a Commander's uniform. Any receiver helps good, honestly. Jesus, like, this receiver room is not great. So I mean, let's just say it how it is. Like, any receiver helps good. So Noah Brown, cool, I guess, cool. Next order of business is this first preseason game between the Commanders and the Jets, and this throw right here is something I want to see more often out of Cliff Kingsbury and Jayden Daniels. Man, did he let this one go, and perfect ball, dropped it right in the bucket to De'Ami Brown. Apparently, Jayden checked out of a play on 3rd and 6. They were an empty, checked out of vertical, saw the one-on-one shot, took the opportunity and just let it go. And what a beautiful ball. We knew Jayden could throw the ball downfield at a high level. He did it in college. He did it all last year at LSU. It was a big reason why he was the Heisman Trophy winner. But throughout the preseason, Cliff Kingsbury was very RPO heavy, very quick game heavy, getting the ball out of Jayden Daniels' hands quickly. And, like I said, with lacking some weapons who can, run after the catch at a high level, it kind of limits your offense in terms of that. I mean, I understand the vision. Cliff Kingsbury, Jayden, not a good O-line. You add some guys, but the O-line is going to struggle at times this year. And just getting the ball out of Jayden's hands as quickly as possible, forcing him to make quick reads and making quick throws and protecting him as much as possible. I feel like that could limit the offense a little bit. I mean, you see throws like this, and Jayden throws a perfect deep ball. He could air it out, and his legs are really the X factor in this offense and for success. So, I mean, the RPO stuff is great in spurts, and it's good to get some guys on the perimeter, but lacking some guys who can really run after the catch and who are unproven after the catch could limit the offense. So I would like to see the Commanders take some shots downfield. I would love to see Cliff Kingsbury call more shot plays. And, even if he doesn't, Jayden apparently checked out of a play here to call verticals and take a shot downfield out of empty on 3rd and 6, saw his opportunity and took it. So this throw is just incredible, and need to see more of this from Jayden. And then also from that Jets game, little zone read action inside the 5-yard line. This ball was at the 4 or the 3, and just a simple zone read look. You had Eckler in the backfield there. I'd like to see Brian Robinson down there in those goal-to-go situations, but easy read for Jayden. The end crashes and he pulls, and his speed around the edge, like I talked about a few episodes ago, it's going to give defenses problems if it's blocked well, which this one is, and he can make a right read and get around the edge. I know it's in the red zone here, which I love. In a goal-to-go situation, I love Jayden Daniels running the football and running it into the end zone. I talked about the quarterback draw game in the red zone that he was so successful with at LSU last season. And, would like to see that more at the NFL level if he can protect himself a little bit. But this is a great way to work around that. You run zone read out of the pistol, 2 tight end set, easy read for Daniels, and he just walks around the edge into the end zone. And I talk about it a lot. His legs are the X factor. And, man, if he can really use his legs at a high level like he did at LSU last year, he can stay healthy, stay away from big hits, then it's going to open up this offense a lot more. So I love this stuff in the red zone, like a lot. So I would love to see that from Cliff all throughout the season. Would love it. And then just going into the first unofficial depth chart for the Washington Commanders, not a lot of surprises here. Jayden Daniels obviously is the quarterback, Mariota QB2, Brian Robinson, who I am expecting to have a big year, a lot of touchdowns. I'm talking 12 to 15 rushing touchdowns for Brian Robinson this year. If the Commanders can get in the red zone at a pretty moderate rate and give Brian Robinson those opportunities to get touches in the red zone, I'm talking a lot of touchdowns for him if they can have success there. It's good to see him as the running back 1, and Cliff Kingsbury has spoken highly of him, and I think he's a great player, hard runner, can really be underrated in the passing game as well. And then Eckler is your RB2. You know what Eckler brings to the table as a receiving back. Very versatile out of the backfield. People are saying he lost a step. We'll see. We'll see if that's really true. Excellent pass catcher out of the backfield. Can run routes, can protect at a very high level. Strong guy. Only going to help Jayden Daniels out. So kind of a no-brainer to bring him in. And, he's going to get a lot of touches. I'm thinking a 60-40 split with Brian Robinson and Eckler. Robinson getting the runs on early downs and short yardage and in the red zone at the goal line. A lot of high-value touches for him. And then Austin Eckler, third down, second and medium, second and long, and those obvious passing downs and 2-minute drills, Eckler's going to play. So pretty even split between those two guys. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the running back room. It's a real bright spot of this offense. And Jayden Daniels adding into the running game with his legs as well. The run game is something I'm really excited to see. If the O-line can hold up and block well enough. So we'll see. Starting through wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Luke McCaffrey. Didn't hear much about Zaccheaus, throughout camp. Just heard that he was consistent and, bought into what the Commanders were doing. And Zaccheaus is pretty damn reliable. We'll see. We'll see with him what he brings to the table. He's always been a reliable sort of wide receiver 3. He's going to be thrusted into a larger role this year. So we'll see how he takes that on, and we'll see how he performs. We know what Terry McLaurin can do. Electric player, great receiver, goes up and gets the ball with the best of them, contested catches, runs great routes, extremely strong hands, and just a dog, man. He's got a lot of dog in him. And then Luke McCaffrey, the rookie out of Rice, Christian McCaffrey's brother, obviously, getting the nod as a starting wide receiver in 3 wide receiver sets. We'll see how often the Commanders go to that.